The year is 100 AD. The Roman Empire, a beacon of civilization, stands at the apex of its power. From the rugged hills of Scotland to the sun-drenched sands of North Africa, the Roman eagle soars. Within its walls, marble temples rise to the heavens, a testament to Roman piety and architectural genius. Aqueducts, marvels of engineering, quench the city's thirst, carrying life-giving water over vast distances. The Roman elite, drunk on power and luxury, grow increasingly detached from the realities of the empire. Decadence and corruption fester within the Senate, as self-serving politicians prioritize personal gain over the needs of the people. The gap between rich and poor widens into a chasm, breeding resentment and unrest. Beyond the city walls, barbarian tribes, driven by desperation and the lure of Roman riches, gather on the empire's frontiers. The Roman Empire, a testament to military prowess and strategic brilliance, sprawls across 3 continents. From the mist-shrouded shores of Britannia to the scorching sands of Judea, the legions have marched, their standards held high. The Mediterranean Sea, once a battleground for rival empires, transforms into Mare Nostrum, our sea. Carthage, Greece, Macedonia, all fall before the might of Rome, their treasures flowing into the empire's coffers. The legions, composed of disciplined, highly trained soldiers, represent the cutting edge of ancient warfare. The spoils of victory flow into Rome like water down the Tiber. Gold, silver, and precious stones fill the imperial treasury. Slaves captured in distant lands pour into the city, their labor fueling the empire's economy. Massive public works projects, monuments to Roman ambition and engineering genius, reshape the city's landscape. The Colosseum, a vast amphitheater capable of holding 50,000 spectators, becomes a stage for gladiatorial combat and public executions. The Pantheon, a temple dedicated to all gods, stands as a testament to Roman architectural prowess. The Roman Empire, a melting pot of cultures, languages, and religions, stretches its tendrils across the known world. From the sun-drenched shores of North Africa to the mist-shrouded forests of Germania, conquered peoples are brought under the rule of the Caesars. Romanization, a slow but steady process, begins to reshape the empire's diverse provinces. Local elites, eager to maintain their positions of power, adopt Roman customs, language, and dress. Roman roads, marvels of engineering, snake their way across mountains, rivers, and deserts, linking the empire's far-flung provinces. Along these arteries of commerce and communication, Roman law, culture, and ideas spread like wildfire, transforming the ancient world. Maintaining the vast Roman Empire comes at a heavy price. The legions, stretched thin across thousands of miles of borders, face constant threats from rebellious tribes and ambitious rivals. The empire's insatiable appetite for expansion and its lavish public works projects require vast sums of money. Taxes, levied upon the provinces, become an increasingly heavy burden, fueling resentment and unrest among the empire's subjects. Slavery, an integral part of the Roman economy, casts a long shadow over the empire's prosperity. Corruption, like a cancer, begins to eat away at the empire's foundations. Despite its outward appearance of strength and invincibility, the Roman Empire begins to show signs of strain. The cost of maintaining its vast territories and legions places an immense burden on the imperial treasury, leading to inflation and economic instability. The gap between rich and poor widens into a chasm, fueling social unrest and discontent. Beyond the empire's borders, new threats emerge. Barbarian tribes, driven by climate change, overpopulation, and the lure of Roman riches, grow bolder in their attacks. The once revered Senate, the heart of Roman democracy, now resembles a viper's nest. Bribery, corruption, and political maneuvering become the order of the day, as self-serving senators prioritize personal gain over the needs of the empire. Gone are the days of wise and decisive leaders like Augustus or Trajan. In their place, a succession of weak or tyrannical emperors ascend to the throne, their reigns often cut short by assassination or intrigue. The empire's once thriving economy, burdened by excessive military spending, corruption, and dwindling trade, begins to sputter. Inflation soars, devaluing the currency and plunging the lower classes into poverty. Originally tasked with protecting the emperor and maintaining order in the capital, the Praetorian Guard, seduced by its proximity to power, transforms into a monstrous shadow of its former self. Their loyalty, easily bought and sold, becomes a commodity to be traded by the highest bidder. Emperors become mere puppets in the hands of these power-hungry soldiers. Assassinations, once a rarity, become commonplace as the Praetorian Guard eliminates emperors who displease them and install their own favorites on the throne. Beyond the crumbling walls of the empire, a new threat gathers strength. Barbarian tribes driven by a combination of factors, climate change, overpopulation, and the lure of Roman wealth press against the empire's borders with increasing ferocity. The Roman legions, once the mightiest fighting force in the world, now struggle to contain the relentless barbarian onslaught. From the forests of Germania to the steppes of Asia, barbarian tribes chip away at the edges of the empire. Visigoths, Ostrogoths, Vandals, Huns, all are drawn to the allure of Roman wealth and the promise of new lands. The year is 410 AD. Alaric, king of the Visigoths, leads his warriors through the gates of Rome, the Eternal City, and subjects it to a brutal sacking. The unthinkable has happened. Rome, the heart of the empire, has fallen to barbarian invaders. The sack of Rome sends shockwaves throughout the empire and beyond. The provinces, once bastions of Roman civilization, are overrun by barbarian hordes. The last Western Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, a mere teenager, is deposed by Odoacer, a barbarian general, in 476 AD. The Western Roman Empire, once a beacon of civilization, collapses into a patchwork of barbarian kingdoms. Centuries of Roman law, language, and culture are gradually eroded, replaced by the traditions of the conquering tribes. The fall of the Western Roman Empire marks the beginning of the Middle Ages, a period of transition and upheaval in Europe. Despite the chaos and destruction, the legacy of Rome lives on. Roman law, architecture, engineering, and literature continue to influence Western civilization for centuries to come. While the Western Roman Empire crumbled, the Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire, endured for another 1,000 years. With its capital in Constantinople, strategically located at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, the Eastern Roman Empire preserved many aspects of Roman law, culture, and administration. The Byzantine Empire faced its own share of challenges, including external threats from Persians, Arabs, and Turks, as well as internal religious and political conflicts. However, its resilience and adaptability allowed it to survive for centuries after the fall of its Western counterpart. The Hagia Sophia, a masterpiece of Byzantine architecture, stands today as a testament to the empire's cultural achievements. The Roman elite, drunk on power and wealth, indulged in lavish feasts, built opulent villas, and surrounded themselves with slaves. Today, in the gleaming towers of our modern cities, a similar story unfolds. We are a society obsessed with consumption, driven by an insatiable appetite for more. Our digital age, far from liberating us from material desires, has amplified them. The parallels between ancient Rome and the modern world are striking. In ancient Rome, the gap between rich and poor yawned wide, contributing to the empire's downfall. Today, inequality haunts us again, casting a long shadow over our societies. The global elite amass wealth while millions struggle to make ends meet. The echoes of ancient Rome are all too clear. The Roman Empire, despite its military might and technological advancements, ultimately succumbed to a confluence of internal and external pressures. Today, our world faces a similar set of challenges, each one a potential harbinger of decline. Climate change, driven by our reliance on fossil fuels, threatens to disrupt ecosystems, displace populations, and trigger extreme weather events. The consequences of inaction are dire, potentially leading to mass migrations, resource wars, and widespread suffering. Resource depletion, driven by our insatiable appetite for consumption, is another pressing concern. Water scarcity, deforestation, and overfishing are pushing ecosystems to their limits, threatening the very foundations of our globalized world. Technological advancements, while offering solutions to some problems, also create new vulnerabilities. Cyber warfare, artificial intelligence, and biotechnology all have the potential to be used for both good and ill, raising ethical dilemmas and posing existential threats to humanity. The challenges we face are complex and interconnected, requiring global cooperation and innovative solutions. The question is, can we learn from the mistakes of the past and chart a more sustainable course for the future? Section 4. The Barbarian Within. The barbarian tribes that ultimately overran the Roman Empire were not simply external threats. They were often aided by internal divisions and the empire's own inability to adapt. Today, we face a similar threat, the barbarian within. Social media, while connecting us in unprecedented ways, also creates echo chambers where misinformation and extremism can flourish. Political polarization, fueled by identity politics and a lack of civil discourse, undermines our ability to address common challenges. Trust in institutions, eroded by corruption, inequality, and a perceived lack of accountability, further weakens our social fabric. When people lose faith in their leaders and institutions, they become more susceptible to demagoguery and extremism, creating a breeding ground for instability and conflict. The Roman Empire's decline was hastened by its own internal divisions and its inability to adapt to changing circumstances. Unless we address the challenges of social cohesion, political polarization, and the spread of misinformation, we risk falling prey to the barbarian within, undermining our own societies from within. Can we learn from history? The fall of the Roman Empire reminds us that even powerful civilizations can decline. It's a tale of hubris, inequality, and the need to adapt. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. The past offers insights into power, wealth, and societal change. The Roman legacy is one of innovation and resilience. Roman law, architecture, and literature still influence us today. Can we learn from the past to create a better future? Section 6. The Seeds of Renewal. The fall of the Roman Empire, while a tragedy for those who lived through it, also paved the way for new beginnings. From the ashes of the old order, new societies emerged, carrying with them the seeds of renewal and transformation. Today, amidst the challenges and uncertainties of our time, there are also signs of hope. A growing awareness of the interconnectedness of our world, the urgency of addressing climate change, and the need for greater social and economic justice is inspiring action and innovation around the globe. From the grassroots to the global stage, individuals, communities, and nations are coming together to create a more sustainable and equitable future. Renewable energy technologies, sustainable agricultural practices, and innovative social programs offer glimpses of a different path forward. The fall of the Roman Empire reminds us that civilizations are not static entities. They are constantly evolving, adapting, and transforming. Our challenge and our opportunity is to learn from the mistakes of the past, embrace the possibilities of the present, and shape a future worthy of our shared humanity. The weight of history. The Roman Empire, a colossus that bestrode the ancient world, now exists only as a whisper in the wind. Its legions, once invincible, have long since marched into the mists of time. Its emperors, once worshipped as gods, are now but names etched in stone. Yet even in death, Rome speaks to us, its story echoing through the centuries. Section 2. A Crossroads of Choice. We stand at a crossroads of choice, a pivotal moment in human history. The path we choose today will determine the fate of our civilization, just as surely as the decisions made by the Romans shaped their own destiny. Will we continue down the path of unsustainable consumption, fueled by greed and short-term thinking? Or will we choose a different path, one marked by cooperation, innovation, and a deep respect for our planet and each other? The challenges before us are daunting, but they are not insurmountable. We have the knowledge, the technology, and the resources to create a more just and sustainable world. What we lack is the collective will, the shared sense of urgency, and the political courage to break free from the inertia of the status quo. The future is not something that simply happens to us. It is something we create through our actions and choices. Every decision we make, every action we take ripples outward, shaping the world we will leave to our children and grandchildren. Section 3. The future in our hands. The fall of the Roman Empire reminds us that even the mightiest civilizations are not invincible. We have the power to learn from the past and create a future worthy of our highest aspirations. Let us rise to the challenge, embrace change, and imagine a future where humanity and nature thrive in harmony. The future is in our hands.